I'm Batman.
Easy, miss. I've got you.
You've got me? Who's got you?
Mr. McGee, don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
I'm a doctor. But probably not the one you expect.
I'm Captain Kirk.
Welcome everyone to this special Geek This Week presentation, and this is my Pensacon 2020 preview. I apologize for this being so late with Christmas holidays and work. Just haven't gotten a chance to do it up until now. Anyway, we're just a little over 2 months away from Pensacon 2020, and it's shaping up to be another great Pensacon. Have a lot of great guests coming to Pensacon 2020, and I'm just going to go over a selected few of the guests. If you want to see the complete list of all the guests that will be at Pensacon 2020, I will have the link to where you can go and look at that in the description down below. So without further ado, let's get started. And I want to get started. I'm a huge wrestling fan, and one of the cool things about Pensacon is they always get some great wrestling superstars to come to Pensacon 2020, and Pensacon, and 2020 is no different. We have not one but three wrestling legends coming to Pensacon 2020. David Heath, better known as Gangrel during his time in the WWF, leader of the Brood, which had a young Edge and Christian as members of that group. He was supposed to be at Pensacon 2019 this past February, but couldn't make it due to illness. But he's going to be at Pensacon 2020. I'm talking about the man himself, DDP, Diamond Dallas Page, will be at Pensacon 2020. Can't wait to meet him. Former WCW World Heavyweight Champion, former United States WCW United States Champion, Television Champion, Tag Team Champion, and much, much more. Also, 5-time WCW World Heavyweight Champion, former WWE World Heavyweight Champion, 2-time WWE Hall of Famer, and a multi-time Tag Team Champion. I'm talking about Booker T is coming to Pensacon 2020. Can't wait for Booker T, one of the all-time greats. But if you're an animation fan, and I'm sure you love this cartoon, Justice League, we have not one but two voice actors from that show. George Newbern, who did the voice of Superman, and Susan Eisenberg, who did the voice of Wonder Woman. Both of them will be at Pensacon 2020. Now, if you were me, a kid of the 80s, you probably saw this show, and the theme song always want to make you try to do it. Believe it or not, I'm walking on air. Yeah, I'm talking about from the greatest American hero, William Katt, is coming to Pensacon 2020. That's going to be awesome to get to meet him. Now, if you like your horror, they got you covered. And this is probably one of the best werewolf movies ever made. I'm talking about John Landis's American Werewolf in London. And the star of that movie, David Naughton, is coming to Pensacon 2020. He also did this wonderful family movie called The Midnight Madness. It's a scavenger hunt movie, and it also stars a young Michael J. Fox. So I can't wait to talk to him about that movie and much, much more. So I'm looking really forward to meeting him at Pensacon. So, another movie legend. He's done multiple movies. Probably one of his famous movies is Titanic, but we all know him better as The Phantom. That's right. I'm talking about Billy Zane. He's coming to Pensacon 2020. Now, it's this summer is the final season of Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. It's its 7th and final season, and we got not one but two stars from the show coming to Pensacon 2020. We have Natalina Buckley and Henry Simmons, Yo-Yo and Mac from Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. maybe hopefully they can give us some insight and tidbits of what we can expect to see in the 7th and final season of Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. But not to be outdone by that, we're getting not one, but 2 legends. Coming from Legends of Tomorrow to Pensacon 2020. One is a returning guest, and that is Matt Ryan. We know him better as John Constantine. That's how we pronounce it. Not John Constantine, as Lucifer would pronounce it. Although that is supposed to be the correct pronunciation, but we just do Constantine. And Nick Zano, better known as Nate Haywood, a.k.a. Citizen Steel. They're coming to Pensacon 2020, so hopefully they can give us some insights into the 5th season of DC's Legends of Tomorrow. So, now, I was a fan of this show growing up in the 70s, so if you're a 70s kid, you know this show, and you know it by one simple word, and that is Shazam. Coming to Pensacon 2020, we have Michael Gray and John Davey. Michael Gray played Billy Batson, while John Davey played Captain Marvel in seasons 2 and 3 of Shazam. So it's going to be really awesome to get to meet both of them, because that was one of my favorite shows growing up. I look forward to watching that every Saturday morning. But if you're a Doctor Who fan, we're getting a companion. If I'm not mistaken, she is the only living actress to play a companion to John Pertwee's Third Doctor. I'm talking about Katy Manning, a.k.a. Jo Grant. She's coming to Pensacon 2020. It'd be kind of cool to ask her what it was like working with John Pertwee and what her favorite story was in her tenure during John Pertwee's era as the Third Doctor. I have to say, one of my favorites, and it was one that Jo Grant was in, and that is The Curse of Peladon. So, but speaking about doctors, he is a doctor, but he might not be the one you're expecting. That's right. We're finally getting the 8th Doctor coming to Pensacon 2020. I'm talking about one Paul McGann is coming to Pensacon 2020. Can't wait. I cosplayed as the 8th Doctor my second year coming to Pensacon 2020. Not 2020, but Pensacon 2016. And I dressed as the 8th Doctor from the episode 9 of The Doctor. So I said I'd never wear that costume again unless Paul McGann came to Pensacon. So it looks like I'm going to be pulling that costume out of the closet and wearing it. But I have to say, to me, the headliner for Pensacon 2020, and it's probably going to have one of the longest lines for autographs. He's a music pop culture icon. You know his hits, but I'm just going to name a couple. Like a Surgeon, I Want a New Duck. Yes, that's right. I'm talking about the one and only Weird Al Yankovic is coming to Pensacon 2020. It is going to be so awesome. This guy is a musical genius. Who else but Weird Al can tell the entire plot of Star Wars Episode 1 to the theme of Don McLean's American Pie? I mean, nobody. So I can't wait for that. But that's just a sample of all who's coming to Pensacon 2020. You can, like I said, I've got the link in the description below where you can go and see the complete guest list for Pensacon 2020. Also, I'm going to be filming panels again, but this year I'm going to do things different. I'm going to go to the panels that I'm really interested in instead of just going to big panels just for the sake of going to big panels. For example, if the Shazam panel is going against a Star Wars panel, I'm going to go to the Shazam panel. But if it's going against, say, Legends of Tomorrow, I'll go to the Legends of Tomorrow panel. So it's all going to depend upon the panel schedule, and I'll know more about that once we get closer to Pensacon 2020. Well, anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Appreciate it. Thank you guys for all your support. Appreciate it. Thank you for making some of the video, some of the panel videos that had little technical difficulties a success. I appreciate you guys' understanding and much, much more. I've got a panel that I'm going to be posting. Try to post it Christmas Day. I think everybody is going to enjoy it. So thank you guys so much, and Merry Christmas. Happy holidays if you don't celebrate Christmas. And thank you so much for watching. We'll catch you later.